Yo, 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 what's up? Welcome to another episode of Around the Reef. We're up to episode 19. Let's go. I'm going to get right into it. So, they announced who won the MVP for the baseball season this year. And I'm proud to report that it was none other than my own friend, Shohei Ohtani, won his second MVP. And I go into detail if you're new to Around the Reef, how Shohei is actually my friend. I've met him a couple times. He's super nice. And yeah, he's the best baseball player in the world. And he won MVP again. So next time I see him, I'm going to tell him congratulations. But yeah, no, Shohei won MVP. It was unanimous. It wasn't really close, honestly. He's the best player in the world. He's been the best player in the world for a couple of years now. He's a top 5 hitter and a top 5 pitcher. You know, I saw something on Twitter that even if he didn't pitch, he would have won MVP. But he's also on top, like cherry on top, he's a top 5 pitcher. So now Shohei's the man. He's also like the nicest guy you'd ever meet. So he's a really easy guy to root for. So yeah, he kind of reminds me of like if you played Little League, like you may or may not have like dominated in Little League, where like the best player like pitched, and then like he was also the best hitter, and he was basically like a man amongst boys. But that's kind of what makes Shohei so impressive, is that he's literally playing like Little League, but he's playing against the best players in the world. Like he's dominating like a Little League kid would. So yeah, Shohei's the man. He's just super good. He's rehabbing his elbow because he just had some surgery on it. But he's gonna pick a team. He's projected to sign I think it's like $500 million worth of. He's just gonna sign whoever pays him the most, I think. But it's going to be by far the biggest contract in baseball history. So 500 million bucks for like 10 years probably. So yeah, Shohei is great. So he's obviously plays in the American League. You got Ronald Acuna for the National League. He won MVP. He had a great year. Great player. So for Cy Young, the best pitchers in baseball, Garrett Cole and Blake Snell. Those are two guys you do not want to try to get hit off of, because they are both really good. Well deserved. For Rookie of the Year, you had Gunnar Henderson, who is the shortstop for the Baltimore Orioles, and then you had Corbin Carroll, who was a outfielder for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And Rookie of the Year is kind of cool because it's kind of like a glimpse into like who's going to be really good in the future. So yeah. And one last thing is they also released the awards for Gold Glove, which is like the best defensive players in the game. And there's a kid that I used to play with. His name's Mauricio Dubon. He's a utility player. Like he plays all the positions for the Houston Astros, and he won Gold Glove. And that's really cool. He's a nice guy too. So yeah, pretty wild stuff. One last baseball story. The Oakland A's are going to Las Vegas. They're moving their franchise from Oakland to Sin City, Las Vegas. I was doing some research, and they're building them a stadium right now, but they don't expect the stadium to be done until 2028. So, according to my calculations, that's 5 years from now. So they're just going to be in Oakland. It kind of reminds me of like if you're dating a chick and she tells you like, "Yeah, I'm going to leave you, but in 5 years," and you're like, well, what am I supposed to do till then? So anyways, yeah, it's going to be kind of awkward for the city of Oakland. You know, the city of Oakland has actually had a rough go of it lately with their sports teams. I can count off the top of my head 3 sports teams have left the city of Oakland now. The Oakland Raiders moved to Vegas. The It used to be Golden State Warriors, but they were in Oakland, and then they moved to San Francisco. And now the Oakland A's have left Oakland, and it's sad. Oakland's a great town. Um, the problem is that they just wouldn't build him a new stadium. And I don't mean to make this political or anything, but it's this thing with California that California says like we're not gonna help billionaires uh, pay for. We're not gonna use taxpayer money to help billionaires build stadiums in California, which I guess makes sense because billionaires, they have a lot more money than we do. So why should, tax money? It'd be kind of like a waste of tax money to help these guys that already have like a ton of money. But the problem is that all these good sports teams decide to leave. They're leaving California, and it just makes California less competitive with other states. Like compared to Nevada or like Texas or something, those states like incentivize people to move there instead of California. California is kind of saying like we're full, So it's too bad. It's too bad because I'm from Northern California. A lot of my friends are Oakland A's fans, and they're technically the closest big league team to where I grew up. So it's just sad to see them leave, but it's a brutal world out there, as you know. You are well aware. Um, so I want to. Okay, that's it for my sports talk. What's funny is I was watching this video. I don't know if you guys have heard of him, but his name is the Liver King. The Liver King. Okay, if you know who I'm talking about, you're probably laughing right now. He's like a guy that he like pretends he lives in the caveman days. So he's a social media guy. So he just posts like videos, and it's all like kind of a trick to like get famous. But basically, I truly believe he believes this shit. But he's called the Liver King because he only eats liver, or liver is like a huge part of this guy's diet, like raw liver. And he posts videos of him eating raw liver, and it's disgusting. I cannot watch this guy. Like what he eats is gross. Um, but I was kind of a fan, I'll admit, like in the beginning when he was first popping off. When he was kind of making a point of saying like the modern man is prone to depression, and the only way to fight against being a modern man is reverting back to our caveman roots, like our primitive roots, which was like, cavemen, they didn't really wear shirts and they ate raw food, and they like, they had to hunt for their food. It was like hunter gatherer type stuff. So he was really trying to like simulate, I guess, like being a caveman, which is cool. But then he got busted for taking steroids a couple weeks ago or whatever. Or a couple months ago, I guess. But yeah, you got caught for steroids, which is like like the opposite of being primitive is taking steroids. So he's just jacked, and it kind of like ruined it for me with him because I like to believe like people that are like physically like have like impressive bodies. It's because they have discipline and they have hard work, and they have all the tools necessary to achieve that physique, because as we know, it does not come easy. But Liver King was taking steroids, and it's easy to be motivated and have discipline when you're on steroids. So it's cheating. So it kind of ruined it for me. But uh, you know, I hate to say this, but I don't think he's long for this earth. Um, yeah, people like internet. I have a theory, like internet celebrities that have like weird diets, or they're like bodybuilders and they're just doing it for clicks, and they're just have these like insane bodies. they're not very healthy. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but being healthy, you don't look like that and be healthy. I mean, if you look at Liver King's like skin, he looks like he fell asleep in a tanning booth every day for like 20 years. His skin looks like leather. I mean, it's terrible. And there's a bunch of other guys. There's like a popular bodybuilder named Sam Solsek or some shit like that. And he's like 20 years old, but he's like knee deep in the steroid game. This guy is just like jacked up to the gills. Like he's just got like muscles on top of muscles. But he's gonna fucking die. Like this guy is 100% gonna die. Like that's not good for you taking roids when you're like 20. It's like, dude. And he has terrible skin and his hormones are gonna be out of whack. And it's just a bad idea. All those guys, Liver King, Solsec. There's like this guy Larry Wheels. There's like a million of them that just like they have like really unique bodies, like just for like internet fame, and they're not role models. I mean, you can appreciate them from afar, I guess, but don't try to be like them. I mean, unless you're trying to die. So, anyways, hey, maybe in the comments leave your opinions on Liver King. That'd be kind of funny. But on the real though, we're working on getting some hats. Hopefully next week, getting a website made. Now you're going to be able to write in anything you want to say, and I'll talk about it on Around the Reef. But I'm going to add it on the website, like places where you can write in. So we're going to have that thing going. So it'll be real easy if you want to get like advice or whatever you want to say. Like I'll read it on the show. So. But yeah, no, thank you for listening, and I'll catch you another time on Around the Reef. Bye.
Under the sea, darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me.